What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel again. It's me, John, as always, at the minute on this channel. Obviously, if you've been staying up to date with all the videos, you'll see that I've been going through a bodybuilding prep, and we are officially 1 week out from the show. So when this video drops to you guys, I'll actually be about 6 days out from show day. But this video, what I really wanted to do was just basically a timeline of where I started and just to get to where I am now for the last hurdle for the peak week. So the final run up to the show, where we do a manipulation in food, training, water, all sorts of things change in this final week, just to make sure that we are fully ready and essentially you peak on your show day. After all, that is what the peak week is for. Same as what you'll find in a lot of sports. You'll see athletes go through like 12-week training phases where they need to peak for, let's say, a fight. So if you're a boxer, that's why they have training camps, because they need to peak for the night or day for when they've got to their fight. So they are performing at their optimum. Very similar in bodybuilding, except in this case, we want to look the best possible. So we want to bring the best package possible in that time frame. Make sure that when we go, step on the stage, we don't turn up flat. And that's why we do these like little tweaks and changes, which will be revealed after the show day, once I put all the peak week videos together for you guys. I'll be running through daily, like Monday all the way through to Sunday, which will be the show day. So this video, basically wanted to just share the journey with you in a bit more depth. So I'm just going to discuss where we was. So starting off in September 2021, that is the official date I decided to start dieting again, if you like, if you want to call it dieting, with the help of the auto food planner from Shape Changers. Basically, this has been in development for a couple of years now, and it was finally ready for us at Shape Changers to like use it, trial it, find things that needed changing and things that worked on it before we put it out to the public. So we started in September. What has happened then is, just before that, if you have any idea or maybe not, but I went through a bit of a tough time. Struggling with my mental health, unfortunately, and I had to go seek counselling, just because I was in such a low frame of mindset. Basically, just saw the negative in everything. It was silly things like it didn't matter what time I had to be at work, I would leave it as late as possible to wake up, give myself literally the bare minimum time to get ready and get myself to work for my first client of the day. It didn't matter if that was 7 a.m. or 10 a.m. It was the same regardless. Like, I just wasn't getting out of bed on time. I just couldn't do it. So therefore, that has adverse effects on things like diet, training, water, relationships at home, relationships with family, relationships at work, and obviously just relationships with friends in general. All take a massive hit when you're not really feeling 100% up there. And I think the turning point for me was when things at home were really not that great. So it's a bit of personal information there, but I think it's important to share that with you because somebody might be going through the same thing I went through. It was a very tough time, like constant arguments, very tetchy, just not what a relationship should be, basically. And at that point there, took it upon myself to admit that I needed help, and it's the best thing I ever did. So I made contact with somebody. They may even watch this video, they'll know who they are, to speak about their own counselling stuff, because I knew that that's what they had to do on a weekly or monthly basis. I can't quite remember, and it helps them massively. So they put me forward with some contacts, basically sent a few emails, made a few phone calls, and found the right place for me, which was the Grey Matter Centre, which is in Ashby. just located in Scunthorpe. I had my therapist there. I did about, all in all, it was like about 8 weeks, I would say, of therapy. So we went through CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, and that looks at like changing your perspective, going from like a negative mindset to seeing more positive things. So, for example, the biggest one that stuck in my head from the whole scenario was they said to me, give me an example of where you don't feel good. And for me, the biggest one was, well, if my diary is not full of clients, then I must be shit at my job. And they said, where's the evidence? And I said, well, my diary's not full. That was my answer. And they said, that's not your evidence. Like, your diary's not full because people might be on holiday, it might be half term, people might just not have the money. Unless somebody is physically coming up to you and saying to you, John, you are shit at your job, I would give it up and look at something else, then you can't afford to be thinking like that. So just change the outlook on how things were and being more realistic with why my diary was quiet, for example, and why that might be getting me down. And the more I thought about it, yeah, absolutely correct. It was just things like, it was half term, people go away, we've just had a pandemic for 2 years, people are just easing back into life again. And these are just things you don't think about when you're going through the motions yourself. So yeah, basically the CBT side of things helped me change things that I would see negative, even on a daily basis, to a much more positive. Even things that are like maybe are negative or considered bad, even now I would just like take a step back in my mind and just try and see the positive in there somewhere and move forwards with it. And I think it's helped me massively, saved a lot of aspects of my life, and it's helped me become a better coach and a better personal trainer to a lot of my clients, and even just a better friend and a better partner at home. Or I'd like to think so anyway. Amy might say otherwise, but we'll see. Yep, and then moving on from that, going through that counselling, I then have been doing my own mental health level 2 course. I'm on my final module of that. I've passed the last few modules, just got this last block to go through, and then I'll have my level 2 there, and hopefully going to go into level 2 mental health first aid. So it will benefit me in a gym, so in a working environment, because not all first aid is physical, is what they said to me. So yeah, just something for me to think about. So yeah, September 1st, jumped on the auto FoodPlanner, generated food plan, and started following it. So this worked out my calories and macros, what I needed to basically just lose weight, or body fat, should I say. But with no real end goal. It was just, I need to change. I'm in a better place now with structured food in my diet and my life. My life flows much better. I'm not one of these people that can just like guess what to have every day or just randomly pick something. It just doesn't suit me. I don't like to think about it too much. I just like to know what I'm having. So I did that. Even started road biking a little bit, and that really did help with the mental health side of things as well. Training started to get better and better, and then before you know it, I've gone from like the starting point, which was about 93 kilo, to like just before Christmas, I think I finished at about like 83, I want to say. So I dropped a good like 10 kilo, just in general weight. I can't say it was just body fat, can't say it's just water, can't say it's just muscle, because you're just never going to know. But the scale said we dropped 10 kilo weight, which is fine. And then took a break over Christmas period, and then that's when I just enjoyed a bit more food, came off the plan, a bit of alcohol in there, as you do with it being the festive period. And then come January again, I just jumped straight back on. In the time over the Christmas to the New Year, I think I put on about 3 kilo of weight, if you like, but that soon just came back off again, and we started the ball rolling. and I think it was like probably the first couple of weeks of January, just decided that I wanted to take this further and enter a show. So was originally going to enter the DW Classic show, which was going to be on the 2nd of April. And this show was a completely all-natural show, and it would have been the first one I would ever have done. So I entered it, not really giving myself enough time. I mean, we would have been pushing it, but we was going to go for it anyway. It would have been about 15 weeks, I think, from the moment we said, we'll do this one. Signed up for it and then didn't hear anything back. And then unfortunately, it got cancelled due to venue problems, apparently, or maybe just not enough people entering. It just hasn't gone ahead. So what does that mean? I need to find a new show because I don't want to give up on this goal. And then what he's looking at is one that's not too far away. And then also, with me having a lot of things already pre-planned in May, it meant that I need to try and find a show between 2nd of April to the beginning of May. And this is when we found this FitX one that we're going to do in Leeds on the 8th of May. Because after that weekend, I've got quite a few social weekends coming up, which I'm quite excited for as well. But it meant I could carry on focusing on my goal, and it also gave us more time to get in condition for the stage, which I've never been in this sort of like condition in my entire life. So I'm very happy with where we are. Even without stepping on the stage, I'm absolutely buzzing to get to this this like stage of it all. So moving on, just give us a time frame to work with, and every week we've just got better and better and better. But what I do want to do is just go through how my body has changed from September roughly to where we are now, just so you can see what is possible from using this this food plan generator. I've made various different meals. I've had loads of different food plans. This past like 4 months, I've stuck to like the same one just because it's a lot easier for me. But the beauty of it is like it's kept changing like my calories based on like my weekly weigh-ins and stuff. Now I do have a chart as well, which I'll put on the end just to show like my overall drop in weight, because obviously I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm just going to take you through this now. So the first video here is, as you can see, October the 5th. So this is a month after we said we're going to go for it. As you see here, like very out of shape. I did put this on my Instagram just to show people where I pretty much started. And then we're moving on, October the 11th. So again, still way out of shape, holding a lot of water and a lot of fat. And then that's all I really could find from last year. So moving on to this year, 26th of January. So a couple of weeks back on plan. Again, not the best shape, but we're getting there. And then we move on to a month later into February. Starting to see some abs coming through now, which is very interesting and very exciting and very motivating. Before we move on to the March. Again, and then we move on to a key moment in April where, so I got to the point where I was getting lean and like some veins started coming through a little bit more. And I took this video just after jumping out of a hot bath just to go through some affirmations, some visuals, like picturing me going through my posing, going through my routine on the day, everything from like how my tan's going to feel, just literally the whole thing, just going through it, visualizing it, like living in the moment. And then this, I just got out and I was just like, I need to record this. So I was absolutely buzzing. See like veins going up the serratus, obliques, up my abs, just crazy. Like it was a bit of a, like I've done well because this is like a new condition for me. And then moving on, we go to the next video, and this isn't too long after, so I believe, so the 18th of April, just post-workout, abs look tight there, still a bit of body fat to come off and stuff, but that was like the best condition I've ever seen of myself. Posing gets a lot better, but obviously when you start getting leaner, posing can become better because you're more confident, happy with how you look, easier to see things that pop and things that don't pop as well. And then I just wanted to take it to the latest video, which was actually the 1st of May. So we did an in-person check-in with Martin, put the trunks on, just see how we're looking just before we start the peak week. And again, just to get used to like how them trunks will feel on the day, and just to go through posing again, critiquing, just finalizing some things that I need to like remember on the day, just to go through to make sure like, well, you want to bring the best package possible and pose as well as you can to showcase the hard work. But yeah, we was pretty happy with it overall. Still got like the final week to work on it, but yeah, so that was just a quick run through of where I was back in September/October in that first video to where I was beginning of the peak week. That was just a little update of where we've come from to where we are now. Thank you to everyone who has liked any of the videos, subscribed to the channel, commented on the videos, shown support, sent me nice messages like online or whatever. It's been very much appreciated, but I hope this like sort of video can just inspire somebody else to do something great themselves. You don't need to do like a bodybuilding show or anything like that, but if you just want to just transform your life a little bit, it is possible, okay? It's amazing like what good exercise, or exercise in general should I say, and just like being more mindful of what you're eating can just benefit you in your whole entire life. So please, if you are struggling or anything, then don't be afraid to take that jump and just ask for some help. It's what all these health professionals are out there for. It's our job to help people. But yeah, this will be the end of this video. So you're not seeing me again on YouTube until after the show, when I've put a montage together of the peak week and the show day together. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that one, because I'm going to try and make it as very informative and insane as possible. But as always, please, if you've liked the video, if you enjoyed watching the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave some comments in the feedback section below. And I'll see you in the next video.